Eduardo Margheriti's comments on 1985's Kommando Leopard from his father Antonio Margheriti are as follows. Second film in the Mercenary series, directed by Antonio and produced by Erwin C. Dietrich, made with the same crew as Wild Rainbow, I assume that's codename Wild Geese, and with almost all the same actors, Lewis Collins, Klaus Kinski, Manfred Lehmann, Thomas Dannenberg, and the inevitable Alan Collins. The story didn't pretend to be a sequel, but it didn't differ much from the previous one. Given the great sales and public success of Arcobaleno Selvaggio, the producer gave us more time and a higher budget, which allowed us to create high-quality models and miniatures. I continue to call them miniatures, but consider that we tended to work on a 1:8 scale, so the airplane models reached 10 meters in length. We also developed new techniques and experimented with new systems to create incredible tricks, since there was not yet the possibility of using computer graphics. It's undoubtedly the film with the best special effects we have ever made, thanks to the long preparation and funding available, trains exploding, dams collapsing, helicopters in flight armed with flamethrowers, an entire airport where a plane crashes, refineries on fire. The incident of the plane crashing onto the runway during landing is far more effective and realistic than many similar effects in mega-budget American films, and the collapse of the dam that engulfs the railway bridge is equally impressive. The impact of the liquid mass that overwhelmed the dam was made with a special tank with a quick-release bulkhead, which contained 25,000 litres of water, which suddenly poured onto the construction with an impact of unprecedented violence. Indeed, Kommando Leopard is perhaps the finest of Margheriti's 1980s action work. I think it's an extraordinarily well-directed flick for what it is, far better so than the likes of Commando, maybe even Rambo First Blood Part 2, relative to the budget of this film. I think Eduardo's absolutely, it is no surprise to me that they felt as though this was their greatest accomplishment with VFX, because I think the explosions, as I said, the dam exploding, the helicopters, planes on fire, shootouts at the end, I think this is one of the more entertaining machine gun oriented action films available. Go check it out if you're so inclined. AOD, if they're going to endorse any of Margheriti's films post 1980, well, we'll see how we go. There's a few more to go, and I remember some of them being fairly interesting, but we need to explore them more so. But for now, Kommando Leopard, this is the one. Klaus Kinski running around with the machine gun at the end is one of the most needlessly, but one is very grateful that it is one of the more one of the finest such a finely directed sequence, and you would think it wouldn't necessarily be, and maybe it's more of just effective, gratifying direction than really fluid, slick, original direction, although it displays a fluidity of the image and spatial awareness, which is, I think, quite superlative and expert. Thank you, Antonio Margheriti and Eduardo, for sharing your thoughts earlier as well, and thank you, everyone, if you have sat through this.